Right then, this is a quick walk around video, and this is for a Honda Civic 1.6 EX diesel. This particular car has covered just 56,000 miles, finished in white, which always looks fantastic on these cars, and it is in really lovely condition. Front of the car, lights and lenses completely clear, no cracks, no condensation. Bumper really clean, likewise bonnet very good, just the odd very minor stone chip which you're clearly going to get, but they are minor indeed. Near side of the car, mirror smoothing panels, can't see any indentations there at all. All the alloys look really good, can't see any curb marks on those at all. Panel works absolutely superb. On the back of the car, bumper corners again really good. Obviously it helps that you've got parking sensors front and rear and a camera, so no real excuses for actually giving them a biff, but there we are. Then off side of the car, again wonderfully clean in the panels. It really is in exceptionally good condition. Not to say there isn't the odd light mark on the car which I can't see or the camera doesn't pick up on, but generally so that is one of the best you'll see. Coming to the boot area, massive boots on the cars, 60/40 split, you've got that dual level floor and all in very good condition. Coming to the back of the car, wide opening rear doors, and this is where Civics tend to let themselves down because it's where the family or the kids sit, but the leatherwork looks absolutely superb in here. Coming to the front passenger side, again all very clean and tidy. So finally, driver's door card, again all wonderfully clean. Footwell area is lovely and clean. Driver's seat really good. The only way you get is a little bit on the bolsters you get in and out, but I said it's for this age of car, that's actually really good. So inside the car now, engine's running for the section so the dash can be seen illuminated, which is a stunning interior design. All working perfectly, sat nav as you can see there, operating exactly as it should. If I pop the car into reverse, you get that lovely clear gridded parking camera, again all working exactly as intended. It has been kept really very well indeed in here. And then come back to show you, I mean that's the view you get as a driver. I mean I maintain that is the best dash design anywhere in the business. It looks absolutely fantastic. There's no warning lights on the dashboard at all whilst the engine's running. And just to quickly come up to here for you, hopefully you can see 56,811 miles currently recorded on the car. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and lock and wheel nut key are both here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda Civic 1.6 EX diesel. This particular car is registered RJ13UVT, and mileage is just 56,802. The reason we do these videos, as I say on each and every one, is very simple indeed. It's basically because we want to make absolutely sure that if anyone is looking at any of our cars online, they actually get to see the cars we're advertising in operation. And we feel it's important really because we know, unfortunately to our cost, just how frustrating it can be to travel, whether a short distance or even a long distance, but particularly long distance, to go and see something which looks good in the advert and in the description, but only to get there and find out when you drive it it's got a fundamental issue which you'd obviously much rather have known about before setting off. So hence that's why we do it. We also do it on these very quiet country roads, very close to our premises. The reason we do it on these roads is because this actually forms part of the road test route we take customers on. So hopefully then this will then be representative of what you'd feel yourself should you be offered a test drive in the car. So come to the car in question. As always with Hondas, starts first turn of the key and settles to completely smooth, even idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car. I'll do the temperature gauge a little bit later in the video because I'll try when I can to do the videos from cold, because obviously faults can appear at different temperatures in the warming up process of the car, if you like. But the engines are absolutely superb. They, in typical Honda, I mean obviously they're strong, they're reliable, probably the most reliable engine currently in production in this particular sector of the marketplace. They've got a wonderful reputation, but also just a lovely engine to use day in, day out. Basically, you buy a diesel to be reliable, hopefully, but also for economy. And this is where these excel, because a lot of diesels on paper give a good economy, but actually in the real world, you've either got to really kind of nurture the car, be very gentle with them to get the economy, or you just don't give it, one or the other. The Civics, yes, obviously driving style certainly helps. If you're in economy mode, as I am now, you've got these little green illuminations up above there, little gear monitor. They all help, but you don't have to try particularly hard to get extraordinarily good economy. I've had loads of these Civics, doing shorter trips. I'm high 50s, 60 to the gallon. Longer trips, relatively easy 70 to the gallon, and that's just keeping up with the flow of the traffic. If you drive hard or stay in sort of low gears a long time, then you won't get those economy figures. But if you drive sensibly and smoothly, they are amazing. Engine then feeds through into clutch and gearbox. Clutch in the car, absolutely perfect. Bike point is exactly where it's meant to be, and it's lovely and smooth in operation. The gearbox is just superb. It's a lovely mechanical feeling gearbox, which is ironic given the fact that it's actually a cable that goes from the gear lever to the gearbox underneath, as with most modern cars. But unfortunately, that also means that a lot of gear changes these days can feel very detached, remote, artificial. Honda make a real effort to make sure that all these primary controls feel machined, and it just feels superb, and that feels absolutely as it would have done when it was new. Steering tracks dead straight. There's no vibrations at all at this speed, any speed up to the legal limit, but it's a wonderful power steering system. It's very quick, very direct, incredibly precise and accurate. For those who just want to literally drive the car from A to B, it's a lovely companion. For those who are more enthusiastic and really enjoy their cars, it gives you a wonderful steering system on the car, because it matches the chassis brilliantly. Because the chassis, again, fantastically compliant and comfortable, yet it has a real agility to its nature as well. It devours corners. It does it with minimal fuss, minimal body roll, but it's a very much. I think that what I'm trying to get at is basically there's a lot of people who maybe have sort of started family, that kind of thing, who may have had previously quite sporty cars, but have had to kind of give up on that because of practicality, I guess. But they still want something that is enjoyable to drive, and that's where the Civics really excel, because it's a lovely place to sit, but it's a really dynamic car to drive. But it has more practicality than virtually any other car in its class, so it kind of does everything wonderfully well. Also, there's no noises coming from underneath the chassis when you hit a bump, no rattles or creaks. Worth pointing out, the car's going to be going for an independent MOT, so all this will be checked anyway. Brakes on the car, make sure no one is directly behind me. Really nice solid brake pedal on the car. What I'm looking for is good initial bites, which of course it's got, but there should be no pulsing or vibrations coming back through the pedal, and there's none at all. So coming inside, obviously the car's not been cleaned yet. It's very clean, but it's not being cleaned yet. Let's go where it's going next. But it's just a brilliant interior, and I'm well aware that this is a complete Marmite car. You either love it or you don't. So for those who don't, they can switch off basically. But for the majority of people appreciate this is one of the best dashboards you'll ever sit behind. Not only is it fantastic to look at and use, but it's also fantastically ergonomic, practical, all that kind of stuff. The most conventional part is this centre stack here, this big sat-nav screen all working perfectly, dual zone climate control, which is blowing out lovely cold air, heated seats, all working. But then you've got this wonderful two-tier design on the dashboard. Brilliant. You've got information display up there, so not constantly have to look down into the dashboard. But the best part, the speedo up there, simple, bold, illuminated. It means you hardly have to take your eyes off the road at all. You can see it at the corner of your eyes as you're driving along. It is genius, and it's to Honda's shame that they've now decided to put it back down into the cluster down there, which is where it's slightly lost. I don't understand why they've done that, but there we are. The rest of it, underneath there, you've got 3 dials, rev counter in the middle, flanked by temperature and fuel gauges. Temperature gauge now at a 3rd, which is exactly where it's meant to be. Steering wheel just feels great, thick rimmed, leather bound, absolutely fantastic, perfect size, couldn't be better. As I said at the start of the video, the point of it is only brief, but to show any issues that may be on the car, and there's nothing at all. An absolutely wonderful vehicle.